We say that spiritual awakening is to see, but is it possible to touch our true nature? Traditional teachings in old traditions warn us visions and other revelations that one may experience during meditation or at the moment of an awakening of consciousness can be traps. If one becomes attached to them, they turn into dead ends, as the fascination, the attraction they arouse diverts attention from the true goal, which lies beyond these extraordinary experiences. In spiritual circles, people often speak of visions, dreams, flashes, coincidences, fragrances, and voices they hear. At other times, one becomes obsessed with extraordinary sensations, pleasurable, flattering, or with feeling the true deity of the new age, accompanied by its sisters' energy and vibration. These are all potential obstacles on the path. However, in the Kashmir tradition and within Tantra, classical Tantra, one exception remains: touch, tactile sensations, feelings of the skin. In the light of the Tantras, Tantra Loka, Abhinavagupta, the most famous master of Tantra, describes the levels of consciousness and their corresponding levels of reality, leading us to recognize that everything is a manifestation of consciousness within consciousness, a projection by consciousness within herself. He then notes, almost in passing, that touch is not a spiritual obstacle, is not. Unlike other senses, he says, and I quote, "Fragrance, taste, and form are increasingly subtle qualities rooted at the peak of qualities, at the summit of the illusion of separation, Maya. But touch is ineffable, subtle. It alone exists at the highest level of Shakti, and thus beyond duality, beyond the illusion of separation. That is why yogis and yoginis ceaselessly aspire to this ineffable touch, this feeling beyond words." So, you see, this subtle touch leads to the space of universal consciousness. It is a gateway, for Shakti is always a gateway to Shiva. Experience is always a door to being. And thus, Abhinavagupta continues, "But at the end of this touch, of this sensation, there is consciousness, the clear space of presence. When one rises up to it, one reaches the supreme Shakti, the supreme power, self-luminous, identical to Shiva. Pure awareness, sky-like, wide open, totally freed from all dualities, from all conflicts. So, touch blooms like a flower and embraces luminous space. If I become a tactile sensation, if I follow it like a wave in the ocean, if I follow a movement of my skin, any movement, I am led beyond all separation, into the living space that I am, and that is all. Thus, touch is a path to awakening, for each feeling on the skin is actually like a flowering, an opening of awareness within space. This opening is Shakti, and space is Shiva. So, if I follow any of these movements on my skin, wherever on my body, I will be led to the union of Shakti and Shiva, feeling and space. And this union is yoga. And this is the goal of life.